recording. Hello, Satvinder. It's so
Hi,
great.
hello.
It's so
How
great
are
to
you?
see you, fellow artist, fellow visionary.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and it's so beautiful to see you, and it's beautiful to see your paintings. And we're going to spend a little time here together and share it with others because we wanted to share some of your experience as an artist. And right now, we're going through a great awakening, and the role of creativity is key. It is at the center of it, at least that's how I view it. And so the artist is is an incredible treasure. The awakened and alive artist, the artist who is really connecting with these energies coming in and coming straight from the source within herself, within himself, and then just allowing it to pour through without really being attached to any of the old ways
Without any filters.
that we viewed art, and the old kind of ego-based ideas about art. So I'm so happy to have you here.
Even I am very excited to be a part of this conversation because since like childhood, I have been a person who has just been to myself. Whatever I feel, I think, it used to come out in the form of art when I was a child, and later on in my teenage, I started writing poetry as well. So these were the only two ways I used to express myself. And I always thought that these are the personal feelings, so these should be kept to oneself, not publicized or popularized. That was my perception always. But since the time, you can say in easier terms, there has been a connection. So I am since that time that when there is a connection and I feel like no, this is something I am getting from source. This is something which should be there to serve others, can be of service to others. Since then, like I have a voice inside of me. No, my words, my poetry, or whatever I write, whatever I make, or the artwork shouldn't just be kept in a closet, because that was what I did every time. I just painted and kept it inside. I wrote something and I kept it inside. I have a lot of diaries filled with poetries, and but it's all kept inside. No one knows. So since then, I was guided. No, this should come to light because we are the light.
Oh, that's as you were talking, I was thinking about gardens being revealed, like these beautiful gardens that were hidden, and now they're like you're sharing your art and they're coming out and people can experience them. And all of us who are bringing our art out now, it's like gardens that were hidden. But why would you hide a garden, like a beautiful fragrant garden? Why would anybody hide? Why would anybody hide a garden? But because art is like a garden, all the beautiful colors and how it makes us feel. So
No, it was not about hiding, but yeah, it was like more about these are the innate feelings, and the innermost feelings should not be publicized.
right, exactly.
So that was the perception. But then when the connection happened, or the connection got revealed, I would say the connection was always there. Then there was an awakening. No, this should be used to a purpose.
Did you feel like when you were feeling like your art shouldn't be publicized and they were these feelings and you were keeping them private, do you feel like when now that you're feeling you want to share them, is the kind of things you're saying and the art you're doing, is it different? Has it changed? Has it changed?
I would say it's different because different in the sense like earlier what I used to do since my childhood, during my teenage and all. What I did was I always liked coloring and painting. So what I did was I saw a picture somewhere and I used to paint it or draw it. And I mean, there was something like I saw and I made it. And now when these all paintings, like these all paintings are a vision.
Of the
As
what?
I,
Of the what?
they are vision. They
Oh,
are vision which
visions.
comes to me.
Oh, fantastic.
So when I like you can say like it was like 2018 and or 19 starting 2019 starting I started seeing some angel numbers, if you know, and then I pondered on them because I noticed them, and then it became more and more obvious. And you, as I have understood, when you like try to understand them, then you have a bombardment of those angel numbers. So as
Wow.
I understood, and then there was a connection deepening because I was like trying to know the meaning of those numbers and trying to get the answers, like what are they telling me and that. And
Mm.
then later on, as the connection deepened and everything, 2020, I started having some visions, and visions were not like I'm sleeping and I'm having visions. No, it was not like that. It was like I'm sitting idle or alone, or I'm lying down to sleep when there is total, you can say, silence and nobody is there. At that time, when I close my eyes, uh, it was like something is coming in my third eye, and I am just seeing it here. It's all happening here. And then it was like I should. Initially, I got some codes. I didn't understand. Sometimes I felt like this is some. When I Google, because Google is the
Yeah.
all popular mechanism to know the meaning of everything. So
Right.
I googled what those symbols can be. So sometimes I got the answers that like there are some rooms. Then I got to know that there are some ancient Egyptian symbols. So I wasn't able to get the meanings because initially I feel anyone if anyone would see something strange in his daydreams or dreams or visions, so they would be like confused. What do they mean? So
Yes.
I was just trying to
Hmm.
know their meanings,
Hmm.
but I couldn't. And now I realize you can't know their meanings through Google.
Now you
It's
know their
your,
meanings totally.
huh?
Did you say now you know their meanings totally?
No, I don't know the meanings totally. If you ask me in a layman term, the meaning or to decipher them, no, I don't know
Okay.
because. But I know this thing that these what I was getting was the light language, the language of the source, the language of the angels, the language of your guides, the archangels. And what I have realized over the time is you can't decipher the exact meanings of these languages.
Right. Yes. I
And you
relate.
should not work on deciphering them because
Yes.
they are doing their work. Those light codes, that light language is doing their work on your heart and soul. So
Yes.
and and it
I
what I
like
felt
that. They really like that. They're doing their work on your heart and soul. So the viewer or the we it needs a space of receptivity,
huh?
a space. It needs a space of receptivity because
Yes.
it's like when you get a massage or some sort of when you meditate, you're saying it's doing work on your heart and soul. So please continue. That was important though. Think you said that you
So
said that.
that is where I now, as you asked, how is your art different from the earlier art?
Mhm.
So it is different in the sense the earlier art was just like as a child or as a normal layman, you just are attracted to make art and you are making whatever you see. But this is totally a vision. Vision is not something you are seeing in this world, in this 3D world, and plus it contains your light codes. And as I said, that I have a guidance, I have a feeling that I can serve people through this art. I can serve them because whoever would be seeing this art, these light codes would be working on that person.
Mm.
on his or her heart and soul. These light codes would be assisting their, you can say, ascension. They're
Hmm.
an or the soul, you can say, what would you say, soul ascension, another word for ascension you can hear, you know.
Awakening, raising a
Okay,
vibration. Yeah.
yeah, and of course they would be working at his or her home also, wherever they, I mean, all the surroundings would be affected by those light codes if these paintings are being placed there. And this is what I have even, uh, you can say, experienced. Uh, Experienced in the sense, because what happened was, if you have time, I can share.
Oh, please. Yeah, that's why we're here.
What happened
Definitely.
was last year,
You're getting the
November.
garden out. You see, the more color in the world, the more you speak about it, it's like there's more color in the world. There's more feeling in the world. There's more soul. There's more, the essence of the soul is floating through the air. So it's beautiful when you talk about it. So please continue.
Thank you. So what I was saying was that I experienced it because one of my, you can say, as I had told you, I teach abacus, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the
That's
business,
something to do with math. And people might
yeah,
not know it and they don't have to really know, but it's an Asian, it's in
brain
India. And
development,
yeah,
mental
it's,
health, you can say.
yeah.
So the person who is, you can say, the business head in the, I have a franchisee of some unit. So
Mhm.
the person who is the business head in the head office, he saw my paintings and he had some, you can say, soul uh, effects,
Oh,
and he
wow.
wanted have those paintings. And I haven't sold my paintings anytime, because as I told you, these are my, like, a part of my heart. I can't, but he insisted on having them because he
Uh-huh.
said it would be like, I like the paintings in the sense there's something working on my soul, and I know if I keep them at my home, it would be good. So he insisted, and I of course gave it to him. And then there was one more painting, so he bought two paintings from me, and he has placed it in his home. And there have been some effects. Another example is my own home, my maternal home. So what happened was last year November, I was sitting and I had some deep voice or a vision, and I just texted my brother. I am very slow at calling up, so I just texted him, "Ki something bad is coming up, and I just texted my elder brother. I have two brothers, so I texted
Yeah.
my elder brother
Yeah.
that something bad is coming up, something is about to happen,
Mm.
and it would, and you need to take care of everything at that time. You have to act as the eldest person in the family,
Hmm.
and you have to handle everything, and you don't have to blame anyone for whatsoever happens." And even I didn't know what is going to happen, but this was the feeling I had. Then in December end, my younger brother came, and I gave him, I don't know, he was about to leave, he came to visit me, he met me, he sat with me for 2 hours, we had tea and snacks and all that, and there was nothing in my mind. But when he was about to leave, I just took one of my paintings. I just had a, you can say, a click that I should give this painting to him. I just took one of my paintings and I gave it to him, and I asked him that I'll send you the exact location, put it there.
Wow.
And, he took the painting, but he didn't use it. He gave it to my sister-in-law, and they kept it in their forward. And then the,
So they didn't put it where you told them, you suggested they put it?
huh?
They did not put it where you suggested they put it.
They didn't even put it. They kept it safe in a safe place. They didn't put it.
Right.
And by the days went by, they forgot.
Okay.
And I asked them twice, and then even I forgot. So it was, and in Jan, the incident happened. Jan 2021, the incident happened. which I was like not aware of the incident, but I was aware of the impacts that it would have.
Okay. Okay.
And all the things came on my elder brother, and there was chaos in the family, and there was like blame game.
Wow.
You are to blame, you are to blame, and that thing was there. And even I was not aware that I had forgotten about that vision. And then we were like thinking how to solve the things and how to go about that.
Wow.
And then it again clicked that there was a painting I had given them. And I just called up my sister-in-law. I asked her, "Have you put on the painting?" And then I related why I gave the painting, what was that feeling, what was that vision, what has happened, how can it help, why should they have placed the painting, and I then it all the dots were joined, the puzzle completed. So it came in bits and bits, but now I know what was it. So then they placed the
Wow.
paint. Then they placed the painting there on the location, and in the way I asked it, like it was this kind of a painting. So I asked them put in a diagonal form, not in a square form. So they kept it like that, and they placed it there, and it took some 3-4 days. The things were resolved, and they're better now. So now I can relate like what was it.
Oh my God. What an experience, Satvinder.
Yeah. So now I and that made me stronger in the thing that no, these can help people. These can help.
Right. Oh, I just love that experience. And you know, it feels like it was such a learning tool, and it's a learning tool for anybody who's hearing this, because for me, it's like I think it's a metaphor also for the whole everything that's happening right now. And this the crucial role that creativity plays, because it's like we've been like exactly it's so like your story. Like you intuitively knew to give the painting, right? And it was coming from source, the painting, from your higher self, however you feel it. And so you knew to give him the painting, right? But you didn't you didn't have all the information. You were like, well, put it here, or you didn't have all the information, right? But you felt it's important. But he didn't ask for the painting. I don't think he wasn't intuitively aware of how important the painting was. He just
No,
took it from his sister. He was
just
unconscious.
he just took it that it's your painting. Okay, I'm taking it because I used to paint earlier also, and they have my paintings there in my maternal home. My paintings are still there. So he took it as a piece of my art, and he kept
It's
it.
like he might take I don't know, like something his just art. It's just art. It's like it's just a chair. And actually, a chair is more like practical, and we use it more often. So I think I would prefer a chair. So people are thinking of art as just a thing, right? But so you gave it to him, and then he actually even gave it to somebody else. And so then when the I don't know what it was happened in India, right? Where Sadhvinder is in India. So
Indian.
somewhere in India, there was some uh, kind of it was a really big thing. Whatever had happened, it was dramatic in your family. And so it's like it's dramatic what's happening in the world right now. So right
Yes.
now, I think just like you were then not given all the information about how important your creativity was for your family's safety and the energetics, the everybody like not blaming each other but being centered. You learned about it after this event, this I don't know difficult event, right? And then you were given the information, and also then, because I think maybe you could have known the information before, but they weren't receptive also. So it's not like he went home with the painting and said, where should I put it, Satvinder? And what's the use of the painting? And how did you feel when, he had no questions. He wasn't curious. He didn't really love the painting, right? Like you love the painting. But now he's so curious, probably. It's just like the world. People, once they begin to see how difficult life is, when you don't put creativity at the center, or when you don't put intuition at the center, right? So now he's receptive. It really reminds me of what we're going through right now. Ooh.
I would like
Oh,
agree on that point. Yes, life.
Say that again. Something happened to the recording. Just continue.
I was saying that I also agree to that point. Life gets more tougher when you're not in touch with your intuition, when you ignore what your intuition is saying. And this like what happened in my family is the biggest example for that. That I should trust my intuition. And yes, if I'm being guided that my art can serve, yes, it can serve.
Yes.
Because I wasn't opening up to this thing that I should bring my art to public or speak anything about my art or give it to anyone else, like being possessive about my art. This is my art, it should be with me. So I was like, I got a great affirmation. This should be used for purpose. I should not keep it to myself, and it can serve.
That's wonderful. I'm just looking at the questions that we talked about to see if anything connects with what we're talking about right now. Okay, so if you were to say what your art has given you, like you're saying that art, the paintings, first of all, you want to bring forward one of your paintings and then maybe holding it in your hand and showing it to everybody. We can share the energetics of what it gives you, what you receive, what you feel you're receiving, what you would have then, like your brother, you were feeling it was important to have your brother or other people receive. You know, because it's really more than a thing. It's not a piece of furniture, or it's like a crystal. To me, you can think of art in a way like a crystal, or you can say it's not just a stone, obviously. Like let's say this was a very powerful crystal. There's all sorts of energy emanating out of it because it's a kind of jewel, right?
Like they say, crystals are living beings, and they help you communicate and heal. Yes, you can say these are they help you heal. The paintings help you heal. Even I consider the normal paintings which are not having any light codes or things. I think even they help people heal.
Maybe beauty helps people heal. And let's say it's, you know, because your art is coming from light, source of light, it's giving people more light.
Because when I used to see somebody's art, and still when I used to see someone's art, I have a deep sense of happiness inside. It makes me happy. The art makes me happy. And yes, art makes me come alive. When I paint, I feel blissful. I feel there is a meaning to me, meaning to my life. And when I don't, the days are just passing by. So that's my feeling. So as you said, what has your art given you? So I think my art has given me myself. I feel, because as I was telling you, since childhood, I had been towards this drawing, sketching, art, and making art, coloring. And as I grew up, I was more engrossed. I was that kind of a kid. If I'm not studying, I'm not in school, or I'm not doing my homework, what I will do is I will make art. I won't go out to play. I won't do anything. I won't sit with other children, other people. Though we were four siblings, but what I would do is I will make my art. And when I grew up, I was more engrossed into that. Then a time came, I didn't make any art for 12 years.
Okay.
Those 12 years, now I can realize, at that time it was like, whatever it was, like just more engrossed in fulfilling my responsibilities in this, you can say, 3D world which we know. More engrossed in the fear that people should not blame me or my family, that I am not conducting my responsibilities well. So it was like when the lockdown happened, the last year when the lockdown happened. I don't know what people think about the lockdown, but I am very happy with the lockdown because I connected to myself. That is the time I started painting again. I started painting again. I connected to myself. My art came back, and I came back to myself because these 12 years I was lost. I was lost.
Wow.
Lost. I didn't know. I had totally forgotten myself, my interests, my hobbies, my likes, dislikes, everything. I lost confidence in myself. I just thought whatever someone says about me is right. If they say I'm good, I'm not good. If they say I'm mad, I'm mad. But then,
yes, projection. You could be easily projected on because you were not projecting your art, your creativity. I mean, easily somebody else's picture could come onto you because you were not emitting your own picture, your own light.
yes.
I've done the same thing, so that's why I can say it.
So when it came back, I feel yes, I came back to myself. Things, and because I have a happiness with me.
Oh, wonderful! Can you take one of your pictures and share? I don't know, share like some sort of the transmission that comes through you as you hold it, the energy, like what the painting itself wants to say.
Okay, then
in this moment, it could be like an infinite conversation your painting has with you or has with the world, but what is your painting saying right now, or just something that you feel inspired from the painting, not coming from your linear mind, but something from your heart. And show us the painting.
I think I can show two ways. I can say this is a whale painting. And these are all light codes, and this is the message from the wave. Waves.
Okay, the message from the waves.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's again a vision. I was like doing my normal office work. I was working to get. Shall I keep it back?
Yes, and let us know right now in this moment. I want to see if you can. What does this beautiful being want to say to this whoever's watching right now? Like just one sentence, one feeling of the waves coming forth.
What I was doing was, as I said, I teach abacus, so I was just trying to do some marketing work to get admissions. And then there was a deep calling, no, you should paint, you should paint, you should paint. And it was like on my head, you should paint, you should paint. And I was like, what should I paint? And it was a whale, you should connect to the whales.
Whales, yeah.
Earlier also, like some 2-3 times it happened that I had a feeling whale guides are connecting to me. But then I just ignored, I don't have time right now, I'll do it some other time. But at that time it was like someone was on my head, no, you should do it right now. So I just and then I was guided how I should go about it. And I don't know, there are some whale meditations also. I didn't know this. You know about that?
Whale meditations? No, no.
I didn't know. So
I've heard whale song. Whale song, I've heard.
I was like guided to, you should like Google and listen to whale meditation. And then Google and got a whale meditation. And I just listened to it and I painted this. And throughout I was listening to that. And the sound which whales make, you can say, the sounds which whales make have a very deep impact on your heart. They really they are trying to communicate something.
Yeah.
And these codes all came in.
Wow.
I can't decipher these codes into any language, English or Hindi or anything. But yes, these worked on me because then I was guided after painting this painting to like place my right hand on this and meditate, and it
Okay.
worked something inside me. And I have also made a light language video on this.
Yes, yes.
I've sung about something which came in when I was like meditating,
Uh-huh.
and it came in. I have sung that song, and it works on your soul. I can't like decipher it in any language as such,
Yeah.
but yes, it does work on your soul, and it helps you like ascend. It will help people listen, whoever would be listening to that song or seeing this or meditating on this.
Yes.
And what a message, channeled message I got was like whales have been here deliberately to keep the vibrations of this earth on a raised level, which are going down day by day. So raise the vibrations on the earth and keep it on a raised level continuously. So whales have been here. And the another message which I got was the whales would be leaving the earth
Oh.
once the work is done. Once the
Oh,
exploration is
interesting.
done. Because they don't have further role. They were here to in this, you can say we call it Kali, can call, what do you call it? The dark age.
The what?
Dark, what do you call it? The dark age, the stone age.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this dark time we've been in, the I
We
don't
call it
know, low,
Kali Yuga.
oh, Kali Yuga or something? Is it
Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga?
Kali Yuga.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we call it
I'm
Kali Yuga.
familiar with that word. Yes, right. The Kali Yuga when it is ended.
What I
Mhm.
got the message was the whales would be leaving. Whales and dolphins are great creatures which are helping Mother Earth.
Yes. Yes, really. I feel the same. Exactly the same. I really do. Oops. Oops. Are you frozen again? Okay, you're back. I'm feeling a lot of love coming from your, a lot of kindness, like so much softness and kindness coming from your whale.
Yeah, even I felt it when I posted it. We have a group, na Keepers of the Codes.
Keepers of the codes. Okay.
Huh. When I posted it on that, no, I had a comment that it looks very soft as if made on silk cloth. And
As if what? Say that again. Say that again.
someone commented that the way it looks very soft as if it is made on silk.
Oh, how interesting. Yeah,
Very
very,
soft.
very feminine and maternal. I'm getting a
And my
maternal feeling.
right, and my answer was yes, it looks soft to me, but because of the soft energies it has, very loving energies.
So like the codes, I don't think people can see it on the screen, at least I can't see it. But they're like in the darker, if you look around the whale, I've seen Satvinder's paintings. There all these codes are like symbols and some sort of like whatever, they're codes or light codes, and they're written in different ways. And so it's like that's when the working on the soul, it's a right brain or it's a heart thing. It's nothing, it's something to do with higher consciousness. It's not like all the wording we've used to, like there's a thing about modern art. I really don't participate in modern art, or I can't even like go into a museum and see some of what modern art is about. It's just ridiculous, like these conceptual art pieces that are all in the head, and we're supposed to think they're beautiful just because of like a plaque on the side of it that says it's like this amazing thing. But when you look at it, it is not an amazing thing at all. So this is the opposite. To me, this is true art. This is drawing on the soul's resonance, and we can tell it's of value to us. It speaks to us or not. It depends on what we're needing at that moment. But this is very authentic. It's very authentic art, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So
another one. I will show you one more
What else you
piece.
want to share? Yeah, just keep sharing anything that comes to you, please.
I just want to show this. It's a small piece, but I just want to show this because when I made this, I just thought, no, today I would make a normal art. I won't make any encoded art. I just want to make a normal art.
I
Every
like that
time,
word, encoded art. I love that word.
so I will make a normal art. It has been a long time I haven't made that. So I just started with that, and somehow it got spoiled.
Somewhat?
And I started with a normal art, and it got spoiled.
Oh,
And then
okay.
decided to make it like this, and it was formed in the form of a galaxy.
Oh,
You can see.
yes, I can see it.
And then I was just thinking. I had a like you can say a voice. Okay, no, you can't make a normal art. So it has been turned into this.
Yeah.
And then that night when I slept, I had a vision. This is my galaxy. This is where I come from, and I have drawn that. And
Oh,
Lord Shiva is leading me back to this because when I made this galaxy, I also wrote here. If you can see, I wrote Om Namah Shivaya, and I made a Trishul here. And this was
oh.
all like I don't know what I was doing. I was just doing it. And then when I slept, this was what I got the message. No, you have been guided to your own place, your home. And I was like literally too happy with
Oh, I
this.
love it. I feel so much energy as you're speaking. I'm feeling like you are like a jewel and the emanations out of you are like you're creating another crystal out of your own crystalline light or your own like jeweled light coming out of you and then it's like all you can do is then create more of this jewel that you are and it's bringing you back
Yes.
to who you are.
It's
It's
like
like
too happy.
what?
I'm back home. I know this is my home.
Isn't that interesting? It's
Yeah.
very
And
beautiful.
this painting, this is the first painting I made.
Wow.
This is the first one I made. And this was like again on my head, you need to paint, you need to paint, you need to paint. I didn't have a canvas. So what I did was I picked up a plate and I painted it.
You
So
painted
this
on a plate. Well, it turned out really beautifully on the plate. I think that's an
like
idea.
being forced. You have to paint, you have to paint, you have to paint. So I just said, okay, fine, I don't have a canvas now. And I took up a pen and I painted it. But I love what came in. These were the like the quotes came in.
Oh my God. That's amazing. What is that what is the plate made out of?
Huh?
Is that a wooden plate?
No, this isn't a wooden plate. I have painted it black first.
Okay. Oh, you painted it black. Okay.
Painted it
All
black.
right.
This is
Well, it's very brilliant. The
hmm.
red and it's like coming out of a cave or something.
So this is the modern Om for us modern people.
See now the number 3 over there, that's one of your light codes, right? The number I mean it's not maybe it's not the number 3, but you see the number, it looks like a 3 over there. That's a light code, isn't it?
It's like three, but this is one of my first codes which came to me, and I have drawn it in many of my paintings. And when I like tried to find out what it is some I don't know exactly still, but whenever I try to find out what it is, I found out that it is one of my um, home frequencies, a symbol from there.
Say that again. One of your
One of my home frequencies, a symbol from there.
frequencies. Oh, that's interesting.
A symbol from there, maybe a symbol from a throne from there. I feel like that.
Okay, so I want to say something about that when you said home frequencies. So I think that is one of the purposes of the art that's coming through right now. And you're one of the people that it's coming through. It's to anchor heaven on earth. And so we're not going to, if we're coming, we came here. Well, this is my story, okay? I'm not trying to tell anybody or you what your story is or what you're feeling about this awakening. But in my vision of it, we came here from other planets, like you're saying, or from other star people. And so like there's home frequencies. So your home frequency of your planet, like your galaxy, you said you're returning to, you are from your divine compassion and love and your mission. And I feel the same. It feels to me what you're doing is you're anchoring these codes here like seeds so that it's helping Gaia to heal, and it's helping the people to heal or to ascend, however you want to see it. But like, we're not going anywhere. We're not like leaving the planet. We are bringing heaven to earth here. And so art is a perfect vessel for that. Well, certain art, not all art, but the art we're talking about, and your codes are doing that. You're bringing your home frequencies here. And so you are feeling happier and happier the more you do it. Are you feeling more at home the more you do your art?
Yes, the more connected, the more at home. Because this art doesn't feel like home.
And when you were a child and as you're growing up and until you started doing the art, did you feel more like a stranger or an alien on this planet?
Always. I never understood why people are doing the things the way they are doing. Why they are like always trying to pull others to raise themselves up. Why can they raise on their own authentic self? Why do they need to pull others down to move up? Why do they need to gossip about others? Why do we need to like uh, what would you say, malpractice or make some politics? Why do they need to do politics? I don't know why. What I when I grew up, what I felt was like uh, children are told the stories about ghosts and all that, but the what I felt was the most fearful of all creatures is a human being, because he is
Oh,
leaving anyone. He's not leaving anyone. He's not leaving his fellow humans. He's not leaving any creatures. He wants to just have them have it all for his self pleasure. And why? And so I it just never felt at home. And now I know why.
yes. Yes.
And as I said, we are bringing these home frequencies not just by our art, but just by being here. That is what message I receive every time when I am confused or I feel sad. I receive this message.
Mhm,
We are here. We are directly channeling that light to
mhm.
Mother Earth.
Yes.
We are doing our work by being, if even if we don't do anything else.
Yes.
But we are doing that work, and we are doing that since we were not aware since our childhood.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are the art. We are the jewel. We are that light. And I think we are as source connected beings who are feeling that connection, the natural impulse is to create something. And it doesn't mean it's going to be a painting. It doesn't mean it's going to be a light code. It doesn't mean it's going to be a story, but that's what source does. Source creates, and source creates from that energy of love, that higher love. So whatever comes out, so whatever we're doing, we're emanating that. But I do think, like before, when you were still emanating it, or you were being it, at least since you were a child, that energy, you're you, and you're wondering what's going on here, right? So when I feel like, man, I'm living here but I don't feel at home, but not until, would you say, not until or how would you say it? I would say, even though I did many wonderful things, I guess I danced, I sang, I fell in love, maybe. I married, I had children, I loved them very much. I loved my husband, I loved my home, I loved creating beauty in the home. But it was not until I loved nature. I loved, all sorts of things, but that somehow, maybe it was just the next phase in our journey. But when I really began then creating these children of creations from myself, birthing these creations, I felt I was more anchored within my own source knowing, bit by bit, step by step. So would you say that what I'm trying to say is, do you think there is a specific value for you, and maybe for others, to actually create something? We are being it, we are radiating this light out. And is it kind of like an organic next step to this emanation within, that we create a painting or create something, whatever it is? It could be I don't know, it could be a it could be many things. No one can say what it is. It's only you can know what it is. But do you think it is like kind of a next step? Like, what if you hadn't done it, if you hadn't created it? It really is. It is like a natural evolution, it seems to me.
I think when I write these light codes, whether I write it on a painting or I simply grab a copy and I write these light codes, I am integrating these into myself. Like what I, because, and this I felt because it was sometimes I wasn't able to write these codes. And I felt a lot of, you can say, confusion and frustration in myself, because what I now relate is because the energy was coming in, but there was no grounding. So what I feel is when I write these light codes, whether on a piece of paper, I just write them, or I make a painting or something, I am integrating them into myself. And
Okay. Whoops, it happened again. Oh.
so I feel when I write them down, I integrate in myself.
You're integrating them into yourself. So then it seems to me, what comes to me is, it is our next step and we are integrating it. It's just a next step. There's no like, oh, if only I had done it years ago or something like that. There's just these, and that's where we are, like right now in the world. And it is our next step to bring this art out. So that's why, like, we're having this conversation. For me, it felt really like alive in the world right now, that artists who are, awakened and alive artists, to really come forward and to not be shy, and to not be held back by any limitation that they feel that they might have, because that is really 3D and we've all, participated in that. But it is really a beautiful phase that we're entering, I think, because beauty changes everything. Beauty based on love, beauty based on inspiration, beauty based on source changes everything. And I think, since I was a child, I wanted to create beauty in the world. I really did. It's all been focused on beauty, and beauty is a very high frequency when it's connected with the purity of the heart, like truth, love, real joy. We're talking about a very authentic beauty. And so I think that's what your art has in it, and your experience is very, that pure, authentic stream that is just source saying, hey, I want to be seen here. through many different ways. And one of them is these paintings.
I think God is what I would say, holding me and making me walk. No, you have to walk this path. Move ahead.
How do you feel? Because you keep saying, like, I was told. How does it come in? How does it feel when it comes in? What do you feel it in your body? Is it a certain voice or a color, or what is it? How does it?
No.
How could you describe it?
It's a voice like if you don't listen to your mom, keeps on begging, no, do this, do this, do this, do this.
Your mom? Did you say your mom?
Yes.
God is your inner mom.
After a kid, like a mom is after a kid, you have to do this, you have to do this, you can't run away, do this right now. So if I ignore sometimes, like I'll do it later, or I have once I have a voice and I say okay, and then days go by and then I say okay, I'll do it, and then then comes a time, the voice comes in knocking, do it right now, do it right now. You have to do it.
Yeah. You open the door. You heard the knock. It's really great. It's
Do
like
it.
yeah.
Listen to me. Yeah, do it.
I love that, Satvinder. Well, Satvinder, is there anything else you just feel called to that you'd like to share? We can have other conversations, but I think not to make this too long so people are just, is there anything else? And we can talk about other things in other conversations, but right now, is there anything your heart is feeling it would be really good to bring up?
Yeah, I think it's just that you had asked me a question earlier that what if you don't have any kind of limitations um, relating to time, money, responsibilities, or anything?
Yes.
What would you like to do with your art?
Yes. What are your deepest desires and wildest imaginings and your
Regard
highest visions and your possibilities for your art?
for my art.
If there were no limitations of
One
any.
thing I would like to speak here, and I would like to speak it through this. This is the last encoded painting I made, I think 2-3 months back. So if you see it, it's a bigger one. If you see it, it says as above, so below.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it
Yeah,
now.
I can.
It says as above, so below.
Yes.
And if you say this is the same thing which is here, this darker side is be on the earth, this lighter side is the heaven, and it's the same circle of light going on through this darker side as on the lighter side. And then there are light codes here.
Wow.
There is also a video on this. I think I have posted it on Hitua. What do you call it? Your group. I have posted that video on a group of this painting, light language video. This came to me as a vision that yes, the golden age, we call it the Satya, has stepped in, and this is what is coming in as above, so below.
Okay. Yes.
And the light codes which are coming in from heaven to earth, and they are bringing in the same light from above here on earth.
Oh, all right. I feel that.
I have a vision for my art to bring this heaven on earth as above, so below. I want this to be done through my art.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love that.
I want my art should help each and everyone to help
Could you lower your yeah, good, thank you.
to help connect their soul to source. They should know you what they are doing, why they are doing it. Soul awakening, you can say. They should be able to decipher whether they should do it or not. They should be
Know themselves.
at 5D consciousness.
Would you say that's knowing who you really are?
Hmm?
Would you say that is knowing, you want them to know who they really are?
Yes, I want them to know what they are at the soul level, how strong and important their souls are. They're not just here to live, eat, and die.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they should know themselves. They should know their souls.
That's a very high vision. That's a very beautiful vision.
I feel this should come in here.
As you're speaking, I feel like the pulsing of your sun, the sun, or whatever that is, the golden energy around the earth, around
Yes.
the orange color and the brown. It's
what
like
I felt this was, if you see this, you have seen Lord Krishna's disc.
What is it?
Chakra.
Chakra? It's
Lord
a chakra?
Krishna's disc.
Ah, Vishnu's disc?
Finger.
I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know Vishnu's disc.
And they use it to do the final justice. They use it to do the final justice. That is always on Lord Vishnu's finger. That is the chakra, you can say. And Krishna is normally seen with a flute, but when he comes to make the justice, that this comes in, and that is for the final justice.
Okay.
So this is that what my vision was. My vision was that I have seen this disc, and this disc is coming up, and this is emanating this light, which emanates the heaven, and now it's the same on this earth.
Oh, wonderful.
Disc. These are the light codes, the source coming from this disc.
Okay. Oh, it's just such a pulsing energy. I love it. It's alive.
Yes.
There lies the magic of art. It seems that it's an object, but like a human being or a flower, a tree, it's pulsing with this magical energy.
You felt it as you felt it.
I feel it. I feel it right here. And it's very warm. Very warm.
You felt it as a human being?
No, but I'm saying it's not an object really, or people think they just look at it as an object, but it's actually just like it's alive. It's like all beautiful things.
Yes.
There's a life pulsing. So it's like opening the heart to feel the heart in art. You know, there's really a living heart in art that is coming, your art. There's a living heart in your art, and I can feel it pulsing. And that's the work or the gift that's coming to me. And, you know, the gift that's coming from us even having this conversation. This conversation is part of is creativity. It's a creative conversation. So it's alive. It's pulsing with, you know, spontaneity and just how source wanted to come through us at this time, in this moment in time, this, you know, this moment in time.
Yes, even I'm feeling blissful while communicating about my art. As you know, earlier I was a little hesitant, like how would I talk about and how can I speak on any topic? But and I was like kind of guided, you know, I should do this. And then you know how it was delayed so much. It got delayed so much. And since morning today, I was like very nervous. How would I speak about anything? I won't be able to. I don't know. I just know how to make art. I don't know how to speak on it. How can I speak out my feelings? I've never done that. So it was like that. But now when I spoke about them, it's really blissful.
Yeah, because I mean, you are you, and your art knows how to speak about itself. Like that's it, right?
Right.
Yeah, like I didn't really know what I was going to do either, but just letting, that's who we are. We're artists. So we can be artists in every moment of our lives, really.
Right. The art speaks for itself.
Yes, the art speaks for itself. The heart speaks for itself, really. It's a living pulsing energy. It's not static, it's not a thing. It's not a dead thing. It's alive. It's a beautiful alive thing, if you want to call it a thing. It's like yeah. So, all right. I think we're going to close this now, unless there's anything else you want to say.
No, I think this was the last thing I wanted to say.
Wonderful. So,
We may get into that
what
again.
I'm going to do is I'm going to end the recording, and then you and I can chat a little. But thank you, everybody who was here listening, all you creative, wonderful people and radiant beings. I'm going to leave in the comments or somewhere, I don't know how I'm going to exactly do it, but I'm going to leave different things like the link to Satvinder's YouTube, of the wonderful whale that she did there, and her channel, and any information about Satvinder. I will leave it somewhere. You're going to see it. So it'll all be obvious. So thank you for joining us. And this is the first Hetuia art conversation, or Hetuia. It's a conversation on beauty and art for awakening and alive artists and in this time. And so bringing heaven to earth. Thank you for bringing heaven to earth, Satvinder.
All thanks to you.
And I'll see you. We're going to close this right now if I can figure this out. That would be really nice. Stop recording. Blessings, everybody. Love and radiance.